You have initiated moves in your own, I mean, practical moves, not just talking about it now, not just about theories.
Yes.
By, trying to get a project that has worked here back home in Nigeria. Can you tell us about this now?
Well, our project is to build a library for the community at Abatete in Nigeria, where I grew up, have my family there, friends, everything. I usually visit Abatete at least once in a year, once in 2 years, as the case may be. So I figure that the level of education is going down seriously. And also, when I was in school in Nigeria, one of the difficulties I faced was when I was doing my research, I found it unbelievably difficult to find books to do my research. It was very difficult. Even the universities and the college of high schools, what they call high schools, colleges, it's difficult to find books. So difficult. So I figured that one of the essential necessity we need in that region is a good library.
Good library.
Once you have good library where young people can go in to be able to use the internet service, because the world is becoming a global village, to be able to use the internet service to see what is going on in other part of the world, to be able to read books that formed people from the other continents and other part of the world. That will help to form their life and also form their thinking, and also know how to voice out to the government what they need.
That's the see what's happening in other parts
What
of
is
the
happening
world.
in other part of the world.
Yeah, because I believe very strongly, and I believe that's what you're trying to say now, that Africans need a voice.
They need a voice. Remember when you were talking with Mr. Douglas, what he told you, that we have the space, the power is there. We need the voice.
That's right.
We need the voice, and for people to have the voice, they need education, they need formation, and that formation, education is power.
That's right. You see, there's no way to overemphasize this issue of having research materials and the library, because it's not about me now, but I know that I'm a product of the library myself. I went to school in the rural area, Oruku, which is also very close to Abatete, and we had a library because it used to be a grammar school. And while I was there, I picked up all the English books and read them up. Then I read the oral English books by myself. Nobody taught me oral English. Less than a year after I left high school, I was working in radio in Lagos.
Yes.
And people were like, how did they get to know the phonetics and the phonetic symbols? And I read them up in the library.
Exactly.
And that was during my off time, like when I had like 2 periods off, or I had a subject I didn't like math, for instance. I always came to the library. And a lot of my colleagues never knew about those resources there. And I'm sure that by now they're already all rotten away.
Yeah.
We need to get that tradition back, because it builds our young people. So we certainly do appreciate this. And what was that trip like? It
was very good. It was fantastic. The hospitality was unbelievable. Oh, I do indeed. I expected it, because I know Nigerians by nature are very hospitable people, and I know our people, Abatete people, are very welcoming. That I know. But it will really everything. My surprise was that the Igwe in council, they were ready for our coming.
It's the governing, but the king of the town and
the king of the town,
his chiefs.
And the chiefs were ready.
Wow.
They pretty much organized everything, ranging from Abuja. The ADO at Abuja was ready. They knew about our coming. The king of the town really gave all my information to them, telling them what we are coming to do, to be ready for everything, our need. He did unbelievable job. So by the time we arrived at Abatete, they were ready. When we arrived at the meeting, the king was there and all the chiefs were there waiting for us. They gave us a very rousing reception, and they took us to the place they have already mapped out, they have surveyed the land, mapped it out, and handed the document right over to us.
Wow, that's good.
And they were very, very supportive.
That's right.
Both the chairman of the ADO and the king and the chiefs, and they were all there.
Yes.
All the OBs were there present.
Wow. Now, you see the question in the minds of some people, especially cynics, and I believe believe me, there are so many cynical people when you talk about building projects in Africa.
It's part of
They
life.
say, oh, how is this project going to be sustained? We don't have maintenance culture that much, who's going to take care of this? Have you planned this along? How do you intend to make this to be something that you will bequeath to the next generation?
Very good. I've thought about it. That was the basic planning methodology for us. We have decided that the management has to go through the church. We have the Dominican sisters right now at Abatete. They have the best school now over there. They are doing unbelievably good. So this will be a great asset to them to manage, because the students will be using the library again at their disposal. So we are planning to have them manage the library. When it comes to the fund, we are going to establish endowment fund for the library to be properly managed. We're also thinking that some of the projects we bring in, for example, the internet service, people pay certain amount of money to use it. And I know they use it a lot over there. That will be bringing in some kind of money for the service. I also know that they will need a photocopying. There are going to be copying machines over there that will help people make copies, and that will bring in some kind of some kind of money, resources.
Yeah.
And also we are also thinking of other kinds of project we can bring in that will yield some kind of money for the maintenance and sustenance of the library. We want to make sure that the library is able to sustain itself for a long time.
Yes, and now that brings another question, the issue of security. Police presence is not very, very strong in the rural areas which Abatete belongs to in Nigeria.
Yeah.
How do you intend to keep the resources you gather, the facilities safe?
You're right. That is a very good question. The truth is that when the community likes something, they preserve it. They are very supportive of this project, and I know through the king and the vigilante group, they will make sure they protect whatever is in that library. So the community will be 100% behind it. The Igwe we put in force, the vigilante, that will watch, protect, and now there are cell phones everywhere in that village.
Yeah.
To alert people when they see all kind, unforeseen movement around that area. Again, there's going to be a security guard in that place, 24 hours. But then the more important is the community, because when the community likes something, they want to make sure that is well protected. And to do that, we go through the ADO, the Igwe Council, to make sure we bring the need, the awareness that the community themselves protects, whatever is going to be in that library. So it has to go through the community first.
Wow.
Before we bring in any other. We shall provide our security, like I said.
Yes.
We're going to have security guard, but the community is going to be the key security force we're going to have in that place.
Yes. So you look at this project as something that's going to kick off so many things.
Oh yeah.
In that community and other communities too, because I believe that when adjoining communities and villages and towns see what's going on there, they'll start something of their own too.
That's true.
And it's something that we really are happy to report, and we want to be sure that we follow this up and be part of the success story at the end of the day. Well, from what you're saying, there's certainly not going to be an end to this. It's something that will outlive all of us.
So that is the goal.
That's
and
right.
that is our hope and prayer.
Yes.
that it stays forever.